Hey everyone, this is Zach, and today we are getting into another episode of Hope for Master Ball with the Charizard Venusaur Sun team. We are trying to get a few episodes out of this team before before NDD, Venusaur, and Tyranitar all get banned, and Torkoal, all get banned with the Series 6 rule change. So last episode we went 1-1 and we did really well with it. I think the loss was due to me having poor targeting on what I needed to get off the field. But our first opponent's going to be Shane, and we are actually going to see their version of Sun. So I want to say you lead Minshao. And Dusclops if you want to set Trick Room. I feel like a Torkoal and Torkoal battle isn't really that good. But I feel like Tyranitar and Venusaur can be decent in the back. It all depends on what my opponent wants to lead, because if they do want to lead the Venusaur Torkoal for some offensive power, that could be really bad. Because I kind of think they're going to go Trick Room instead. Minshao and Dusclops. So here you can't fake out with Minshao, so you could U-turn to get a switch in. Or you could go for a big hit against Porygon Z. But we're going to go ahead and Expanding Force, because they could switch in the Pincurchin. We're going to try to take care of this Dusclops. They could Ally Switch, try to stall down my Trick Room turns. Really curious to see what they're going to do here. So there's the U-turn. So that's going to do decent damage into NDD. And if they brought Pincurchin, I want to say that they're going to bring it out to take control of the terrain. And here, actually, the Venusaur. So the Venusaur is going to take this hit hard unless they Ally Switch. Dusclops is going to survive, unfortunately. Let's see if the Expanding Force can take it out. Oh, with the special defense drop? Maybe. Venusaur barely survives. We're going to see Minshao again. And that first hit did 78 damage, so we should survive the next one too. The thing is, do I want to follow me to take care of to stop the Venusaur here? I think they're just going to U-turn again and go into Torkoal. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take out this Venusaur before they can take advantage of the Sun. I want to say we see a max guard here. Oh, and you actually knock out Indeedee this time, so that was really good on you. But if they bring in Torkoal, we can just bring in Tyranitar and get rid of the Sun. Yeah, so there's the Torkoal. And Max Flare, so you're kind of guaranteeing the Sun? But here we take out the Venusaur, and now we are going to switch in Tyranitar, which is really weak to Mienshao. Actually, we could just bring in our own Venusaur. Yeah, let's bring in our own Venusaur. Info. We have 3 more. We have so many turns of Psychic Terrain. So here I just go into the Torkoal with Earth Power. And actually, Mienshao's probably Focus Sash. Oh well, let's hit it anyway. Because as long as the Sun stays up. And you fake out in Psychic Terrain. Okay, I've done it. Torkoal actually survives. And Mienshao goes down to its Sash. Could we lose Venusaur here? We actually do. So here the sand goes up, sun goes down. And here I'm actually just going to protect the Tyranitar and let the Mienshao go down to sand. Actually, yeah, let's double protect. Porygon Z should survive on 1? No. It's 1/16 for Sand Chip, so Porygon Z is going to go down here. So maybe we should have moved with Porygon Z instead of protecting. High jump kick, you miss. It's going to knock you out anyway. We don't even need the sand. Oh, Porygon lives on 7. And this here, my friend, is over. Unless we miss a Hyper Beam and a Rock Slide, we got this one. Porygon's Hyper Beam animation is so sweet. I love that they redid that in this generation. But we, with that Hyper Beam, are able to lock in the first match for today. So, very nice. Okay, we're up to 2,000. So let's see if we can grab another win. We have our next opponent, Ari. And here is a pretty cool team. That Max Charizard actually does really get well against. So I have to keep an eye out for that Zeraora. I definitely think that it's going to be one of those ones where it might disguise itself as Gardevoir to try to get you to use a dark type attack into it. But I feel like Max Charizard does well here. We don't take advantage of the Chardy Berry at all, but I don't want to lead Venusaur because Talonflame could get priority with a Max Airstream or a Brave Bird and do a lot of damage. And Surfetch could actually also carry. Brave Bird as well. So we are going to see Talonflame and Gardevoir lead. So Gardevoir traced Solar Power, which could be really bad here because it gets a boost. So here I'm going for a Max Airstream to try to keep up with the speed boost that Talonflame might give them, and I'm going to Burn in Jealousy in case they decide to do any kind of boost. I do think the Gardevoir is actually the Zeraora, but no, Trace kicked in, so it can't be. Or did they fix Zeraora that well? That like the Pokemon's abilities come into effect too. Gardevoir is going to go ahead and take advantage of the Solar Power boost that we gave it. And I think it's faster than Charizard. And it's going to be after the Tailwind. Max Lightning. There goes our Charizard. Well, it's a good thing we didn't try to yawn. I think here we have to try Venusaur. We're going to go ahead and Sludge Bomb into the Gardevoir. We're just going to go ahead and Burning Jealousy here again. Flare Blitz, okay. This team had me from the start. So Mindstorm, it looks like you doubled into Venusaur here. So can Tyranitar 1v4 it? Let's go for Rock Slide. See if they'll activate our weakness policy. You actually would draw a Talonflame for Surfetch. So you just want to bring in Surfetch, use a fighting move, and Max Starfall is going to knock us out. That is a strong Gardevoir. Oh, it had Life Orb and Solar Power. That's why it was just sweeping through. Good game to Ari. Well played. My opponent had me beat turn 1. Once it got the Solar Power boost, they had me turn 1. Okay, so I mean that last they swept me so quick. We have time for a third one, so let's give that a try. Hopefully it'll be better than the last one. But yeah, that was a Series 6 legal team. I didn't see any Mons on there that I remember that were getting banned, so that could be an interesting team. So what I see is weakness policy Hydreigon with quick attack Sylveon. I think Indeedee Tyranitar isn't bad here. And Charizard and Torkoal in the back can handle... no. We have to worry about that Gastrodon coming out. I want the Charizard or the Torkoal. Yeah, I want something that can handle the Corviknight, the Mungus, and the Gastrodon, and I want to say that having Venusaur and Charizard on the field will really help that. So it's actually a Mungus Sylveon. So you can't Spore Indeedee because it has the safety goggles. We're not going to take Sand Chip. But we could get hit hard by a Hyper Voice. So I think what I want to do here is I want to try to target the Sylveon. And I want to max because if it does get the Hyper Voice off from Rage Powder, we will get a weakness policy boost. Yawn. Okay. Sylveon just barely survives. It's probably going to go down a Sandstorm Chip, and Amoonguss is definitely going to try to Spore here. So this is what we're going to do. Indeedee's yawned, but we do need it on the field. Oh, and this is really good. We're going to go ahead and Expanding Force to get some damage. No, we do have to. No, we don't. So we are going to Expanding Force into the Amoonguss to hit it hard, and we are going to use Max Lightning through Thunder Punch. That is going to stop Indeedee from falling asleep, and it's going to do really well. Unfortunately though, the Max Lightning is going to go into the Amoonguss here, but we should get a knockout. We go ahead and change the terrain so Indeedee won't fall asleep. And we're going to get an Expanding Force off. That does decent damage. It probably would have done better if we kept the Psychic terrain around, but Indeedee would have fell asleep, and we definitely don't want that. Now, other than redirection, the Amoonguss here is pretty useless. So we want to keep trying to go into the Corviknight here, even though Amoonguss is just going to Rage Powder again. And we're definitely going to see a +1 Max Knuckle into the Tyranitar. Our Max Steel Spike. You actually target into the NDD here. Probably afraid to activate the weakness policy. We're going to chip into Amoonguss, and the Expanding Force will go ahead and take it out. So here we kind of want to stall out our sand as much as possible because it is going to help the Corviknight against the Venusaur and the Charizard. And Rotom is going to be our last one. So we're going to go ahead and follow me and Rock Slide. We're going to see a Thunderbolt come out from Rotom, and that's probably going to take out NDD, yeah. So NDD goes down. Is this Max Steel Spike enough to take out Tyranitar and Sand? And it absolutely is. How much bulk do I have on this Tyranitar? Because whatever it is, I need more. We have, I mean, we have some, but so here I want to protect the Charizard. And I want to... You have to see that and double into it, though. Okay, I say that you're doubling in to the Venusaur here. So I'm going to try a Heat Wave. Rotom's going to protect. We do get a Heat Wave off for solid damage. And the Sludge Bomb. Max Airstream into the Venusaur. And the thing is now you have +2 on your Corviknight and your Rotom. How many more turns of Electric Terrain? Probably 2. One turn of Electric Terrain. So our play here is to protect, because we definitely want to try to stall out the Electric Terrain. So you're doubling in. I think we lost this one too. Yeah. There's not enough support on this team, so it's either you get a giant advantage like the first couple turns with your Maxmon are like, this team just fizzles out too quick. But good job to my opponent. They knew their end game there, and on the plus side, I at least called the predict that you thought Charizard was gonna protect, and maybe Tyranitar wasn't the best Maxmon. You know what? Let me know down in the comments below how I could have played that last game better, and tell me how you feel about the team. Do you agree with me that it kind of fizzles out and there's not enough support, or do you think I'm just not playing it optimal? Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.